Hi everyone, this is Elisa and you are watching my 30 Days of Work With Me challenge. This will be day 9. I am bringing you along as I make my wares. I have been selling on e-commerce for the last 18 years. I sell on Etsy, I sell on Amazon, I sell on eBay, and I have my own website on Shopify. This shirt right here is personalized. I handmade it just a minute ago and it sold for a total revenue of $76 and 67 cents. So if you want to know how I make my customized handmade wares, then this is the video for you. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learn something, and I hope you come back. And if you want to see how a top seller on Etsy hand makes their wares every single day, then go ahead and watch my previous Work With Me videos. I'm doing this for 30 work days straight, which means I'm going to make 30 items for you to see how it's done. So I'm Elisa and welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is a tank top and it has a racer back, which can be a little bit difficult. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm putting it on a small shirt board. And what I'm trying to achieve here is a spread. I'm trying to spread the fabric out so that the design can fit properly. This size right here is a size 7/8, which is kind of an in-between with these boards. The small board is for children's sizes and the large board is for big girl, but the 7/8 is kind of an in-between. So first I'm taking the big child's board and I'm putting it in on top of the small child's board to just spread out the material. But as you can see, the shoulders are in the way, so I don't have room. I need to do something different here. So I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna try to fold the arms in and see if I can get it to fit this way. This is always a challenge with tank tops because usually they're a mixed blend of polyester and cotton. So sometimes they can be a little stretchy and you really need to stretch this out, but not too much that you warp the shirt. So it's kind of just it can be a mess. So you're gonna see all the steps I had to go to make sure that like the sides are correct. I'm trying to match up the sides of the shirt, which this board is way too big. It's stretching it out and it's gonna look warped. But I need to line up the side seams in order to get my measurements correct. And this is just not working, even with me trying to fold the arms back on the board. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. So I decided to start from scratch. Now my shirt is pretty stretched. I'm back with a children's board and I'm going to try to compensate for this extra fabric here. And let's just see what we can do here. So I'm grabbing a pressing pillow and I'm gonna kind of put it in between. It's a little bit more forgiving. It's not as rigid as the board, and it's gonna give me the lift that I need, as well as, you know, compensating for some of that extra. So I'm gonna press it down. I'm gonna give it a light pre-press and see if I can kind of even it out. But these are some of the things that you can run into when you're making your custom items, is just getting it right, because you definitely don't want your design to be crooked. So I'm bringing the shirt to the edge of the table and I'm lining up the bottom to make sure that it fits. And I'm also taking my ruler, and instead of using the edge of the table like normal, I'm using the edge of the shirt board because it's straight. I mean, so that's a good thing. We know that the board is straight, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm laying my glitter vinyl on, and this girl is 10 years old. So I'm going to measure it from left to right on each side of the numbers to make sure I have an even distribution of the design. And once I get that right, then I'm going to go ahead and press it. So you got to make sure that both numbers are correct, because you don't want them lopsided. So I'm going to stick, I need to pull up the pillow a little bit. So I'm going to stick another element underneath the 0, which is going to be my crown, and I'm going to try very hard not to manipulate or move the 0, that makes a 10. So I'm gonna have to double check and make sure nothing moved. Okay, so I think I'm pretty good there. And then I'm gonna tape it down to make sure it does not move again. When you're dealing with double digits, when you're making a design, getting both elements correct can be a little bit challenging. So I'm gonna have to readjust my crown here. This just takes a little bit more time. Okay, so everything is looking good. I like to put my crowns kind of at an angle, so I really visually have to see how things look, because some days it looks good and some days it doesn't look right. It can really, depend on just how you're feeling and how challenging it can be sometimes to lay things out. But again, I'm gonna double check my measurements. It looks like that one, yeah, it was a little higher than the 0, so I need to readjust. See, I gotta take all this off and readjust this. Okay, so I think I got it down, and I'm gonna tape this 0 down so that it does not move. Again, manipulating the crown again. So a lot of times people will say, well, your prices are high, but look at the preciseness that I take with my elements and that I take with my wares. I really try to make sure that I'm doing a good job for the customer, that I am checking everything. So the one thing about being in business for so long is that I've built up a really good reputation, and I can get $55 for a shirt. I can get 70, I think this was $76 with shipping. I can't remember, but I can get those prices because customers know that they're going to get a quality product with me. I'm not just sending it off to someone else to do. The care and time you just saw me take is what I do with every single outfit. And so that resonates in my reviews, and customers know that they're going to get a good quality product when they come to my shop. And so that's something that if you're a maker, you definitely want. So you can see there, everything is looking good. I still have the tape on it. So I have gone ahead and personalized this outfit, and I've created the name with my graph text. So I'm going to peel back the vinyl, and then I'm going to take the care and time to weed every single letter in this name to place onto the shirt. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the excess glitter vinyl, and I'm putting it in a drawer so that I can use it for small elements, say a heart, a crown, whatever else I may need. And I'm discarding the rest of the vinyl that's unusable now, but I try to keep scraps so that I can print out small elements. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to weed each letter in this child's name. And what it's on right now is it's a contact. It's a really sticky tape, and it's called the carrier sheet. And so this carrier sheet is what keeps the vinyl down when you put it through your graphic cutting machine, your plotter. So I'm cutting around the tape to make sure that there's no extra glitter anywhere so that it doesn't get onto my shirt. And it's really a nightmare trying to get it off if a little bit of the flake has gotten onto the carrier sheet. So again, I'm taking my lint roller and I'm trying to get off every piece of lint, any kind of fiber that may be on the shirt so that it doesn't permanently stay. So what I'm going to do is get my ruler, and again, I am measuring this against the actual board and shirt instead of my table. If I didn't have the board, the pillow, all of that raised up, I would be using my table as a guide. So I've got to make sure that all these letters line up onto the ruler, because we know the ruler is straight. So we know that the cut is straight, but when you lay it down, somehow it gets crooked. So I'm also measuring side to side to see that I'm even on both sides, whether it's 2.5 inches from the letter to the edge of the shirt or 3 inches. They both have to be equal every time I press something down. So this can take me the most time, is making sure that that name is centered on the design. And once you do that and move it, I have to also make sure the letters line up again on the ruler, because the slightest move and your letters completely go out of place. So I'm going to look at it visually. And again, I'm checking that measurement, because once you put that 335-degree temperature onto your material, there is no going back. Now you could see that when I just placed that ruler there, I thought that it looked a little off. Yeah, look at the A and look at the K. You see what I'm saying about the movement? So here I gotta lift it again and straighten it. K is lower than the A. I gotta move it again. There I go. It is so precise. It's really an art. Being a crafter is an art, and you have to take the time and the care. So, I mean, you can get $20 for a shirt, but I'm not going to put in this kind of work for that amount of money. I charge a lot because I do take a lot of time and care with the design, and the customer knows that they're getting a good quality product when they shop with me. So I'm just going around and I'm cleaning up. You can see in my closet, I have tons and tons of licensed Loungefly goods. That is something that I sell on my website, and I sell that on eBay. I don't sell those on Etsy. Let's look. Okay, so this design is down, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. It's glitter, it's shiny, and I'm going to take all the tape off of the design now. I'm going to take this out to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew the ribbons onto the shoulder and stamp my logo onto the back side of the shirt to get it ready for shipping to the customer. I thank you so much for taking the time to join me on my workday video. Please like and come back and watch some more, and look at the playlist if you want to see some more work days with me. I'm Elisa, and thank you for watching my video.